Literal equations are equations that have more than one variable. In a previous video, we had an equation that had the variable s and t, and I believe we solved it for s, but that was an example of a literal equation. So in parentheses, I've indicated what to solve for. I'm working the odds, you work the evens for practice. Use the same rules or guidelines we use for solving linear equations. In this first problem, number 1, it doesn't matter to me what we're solving for. I'm not thinking about that first. I'm thinking about clearing my fractions. So I multiplied both sides by 2. I want to solve for b. That means I need to divide both sides by h. That gives me 2a divided by h equal b. Number 3, I'm solving for r. I see an r here and here. I want to get those on the same side. RT, I'm going to subtract 2r from both sides, minus 2r. Let's subtract 5 from both sides, and that will give me minus 9 minus 5 is a negative 14. Now, I still see an r here and an r here, and what I'm going to do is factor the r out. We haven't talked about factoring yet, but I will in a future video. R is common in both terms, so factor it out. Divide both terms by r, but you've got to leave the r out front. Equals negative 14. Now solve for r. You want to divide both sides by t minus 2. That's r equals negative 14 divided by t minus 2. Our last problem, we're solving for x. I want to clear my fractions first by multiplying by the LCD, which would be bx. I'm going to multiply every term on both sides by bx. Here the b's cancel, and I'm left with x plus the x's cancel, and I'm left with 2b squared, because b times b is b squared, equals 2bx. And once again, we're trying to solve for x. I see it on both sides. So let's subtract x from both sides and get our x's on the same side. And that's 2bx minus x. You can't actually perform any subtraction. And now let's factor that x out where we only see one x. That's 2b minus 1. And now we're going to divide both sides by 2b minus 1. So 2b squared divided by 2b minus 1 equals x.